I get to that level crossing, based on what we learn in the driving instructions, I completely stop. I spoke to people, eyewitnesses, and I don't want to jump on what is being but the eyewitness opinion is already in the public domain that there was a level crossing gatekeeper who stops people. People stopped, and somebody tried to overtake all others, and there was a collision, and the incidents became an accident, and there were fatality. So many things from there will have been missing. One will think of, why will that person jump? This person is not a first-time user. He's probably using that route on many occasions. So the things me and Mr. Pat will be looking for, whether they are there, will no longer be of importance, because you will assume this man knows the, I use the word assume, he knows the terrain, and at the time the man passes the place, probably is the time the train also passes. So the man must have experienced train coming at one point or the other, or at the time he goes home too, is the time the train also moves around 4 p.m. So he must have experienced train coming. So we now want to, if what could have happened, then also unusual, you also have a traffic management people at that point. So that means it is envisaged that that place needs additional resources. So they put human resource at that point. I also noticed, I saw a police vehicle. I inquired, they said police also normally stays around because that area is a construction zone and is also whatever. And the other thing also that is noticed, and there are so many crosses, I noticed about 9 or 7 to 9 places vehicles can go. So it's not a place you speed. So if somebody crosses that rail and thinks you can push speed, you can't. I pass through that place whenever I'm going from Ikeja to Agege. You have to slow down, even if there is nobody in that area. Because it's steep. It's steep, and then it goes down. It's not that high before. It became higher. And
the tracks, you can't speed over the tracks.
You can't slow down. So if you attempt to beat a train in that place, you might be caught out of fear.
Difficult.
Accident is an unfortunate one. Is it avoidable? Yes. And it speaks to what you have just said. I'm not saying that everything that needed to be done has been done. What I said earlier is that what else could have prompted somebody who passes through a regular route with LASMA, with gatekeeper, with everybody shouting, and the person still prepares to come. It speaks to what you just said. Now, we are talking of automated, different modes of deterring people from committing this kind of infraction. But now you have a traffic light, and some people are still disobeying. He's not even showing you red, he's showing yellow, green, red, enough to make you mesmerized. So that is to let us understand what safety is when it comes to transportation. There are those people who are pathological about safety. They say, who cares? There are those who believe, hey, if it doesn't happen, and if it happens, it will be corrected. But there are those people who say they are proactive, they put up all the measures, and they think it will not happen. But generally, for transport sector, safety should be seen as general. Everybody should own it. So if I own the safety and you don't own it, you put me in danger. You know, sometimes they will just tell you in the aircraft that due to operational reasons, your flight had been delayed. And we all start screaming. Then sometimes you peep through the glass, you see the particular aircraft you are supposed to take. Some people are walking on the wings, and you are angry. All you just want to do is to travel and get out. But some people have told you, and that's why the air safety is still, the policies around air safety is still about the best in the whole transport system, because once we are in the air, there is no more who is going to save me. So I think in this issue, we still need to do more. Every incident is an opportunity to appraise what happens and improve the system. Now, in 2000 7 April, Lagos State government enacted a law on the Driver Institute. That was one of the main reasons, just to sanitize the commercial. If you go to UK, Europe, America, you drive yourself. But in this part of where we live, we have a driver. Now, many of us don't even care about who the driver is. And a lot of them starts not by learning how to drive, but they learn how to drive on the steering. That law proposes that if you are doing driving as a profession, that is as a means of livelihood, you must go to the Lagos State Driver Institute for, I think it's 1 day in 1 year. And a lot of us have drivers, and our drivers are not certified for that job. If you want to drive the aeroplane, you get certified. You want to drive the train, you get certified. For you to do some jobs, you get certified. To be an accountant, you get certified. The same thing goes for driving, because you are moving people more than yourself and not your family members. So you have to be certified. That's the first part of the thing that has been done.
Well, the art of driving in Nigeria is abused by a set of people. And the first among the list are government officials, ranging from the military, the paramilitary, the federal government drivers, state government, local government. They don't follow traffic rules. They don't obey it. So that happened is not anything strange to me, that a government driver refused to stop when he ought to stop. But in 2023, that we can have a human being there as a flagger, but that in 2023, that Nigeria as a country puts a human being there to flag the train is not only shameful, it's primitive. There should be stop signs there.